Queen Letizia of Spain, once a commoner and divorcee, captured Felipe's heart, and he stood by her despite many things. But who did she marry before King Felipe VI? How was he allowed to marry her, and why was the Vatican almost involved in their union? Join us as we explore their union and today's affairs allegations. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for new uploads. Let's begin. Letizia Ortiz Rocasolano's journey to becoming Queen Letizia of Spain is a tale of unexpected turns and dramatic changes. Born in Oviedo, in Spain, Letizia grew up in a middle-class household, deeply rooted in the typical Spanish culture. Her father was a journalist and her mother a registered nurse, which provided her with a nurturing yet humble background, far removed from the aristocratic upbringing typically associated with royal families. As a child and young adult, Letizia's life was filled with ordinary experiences, from attending public school to enjoying the simple pleasures of life in a small Spanish town. Much like her father, she pursued a career in journalism and undertook a bachelor's degree at the Complutense University of Madrid. She later gained a master's degree in audiovisual journalism from the Institute for Audiovisual Journalism Studies. She then worked at the Spanish-language versions of both Bloomberg and CNN. Letizia Ortiz Rocasolano had carved out a significant career for herself in the field of journalism. Her journey in the media world was marked by her direct and sometimes confrontational style, which set her apart from her peers. Letizia was not just a reporter. She was known for diving deep into sensitive and impactful topics, bringing them to the forefront of public discussion. One of the most notable moments in her journalism career was her coverage of the 9/11 attacks and the Iraqi War. Reporting on such a globally critical event demanded not only professional courage, but also the ability to handle the emotional weight of the news. Letizia's reporting during this time brought her acclaim for her thorough and insightful approach, but it also placed her under intense scrutiny. Her fearless pursuit of truth and her willingness to address complex issues head-on were qualities that garnered both respect and criticism. But one person was certainly a fan of the journalist, Felipe. Rumor has it he asked a journalist friend to set up a dinner and invite Letizia so he could meet her. While reports say she gave him her number that night, they oddly did not start dating for a few more months. In 2003, the announcement of their engagement shocked the country. Her background as a commoner made her an unconventional choice for the royal family. Some traditionalists in Spain's aristocracy and public were uneasy about a non-aristocratic woman joining the royal family. They worried that her past and her career as a journalist would not fit the traditional image of royalty, which often favored aristocratic lineage over personal accomplishments in other fields. As some didn't approve the engagement, Felipe's parents, then Queen Sofia and King Juan Carlos, stood by the couple, but a bigger issue came across. Not only Letizia was a commoner, she was also a divorcee. Letizia experienced life as many others do, with its own set of challenges and personal journeys. One significant chapter in her life was her first marriage to Alonso Guerrero Perez, a high school literature teacher. The two had met in the context of everyday life, far removed from the grandeur of palaces and royal duties. Alonso, being an educator, shared a world with Letizia that revolved around intellectual pursuits and the simplicity of a normal civilian life. However, their marriage was short-lived, lasting just 1 year. The reasons for their divorce remain private, but the end of their marriage marked a significant turning point in Letizia's life. Her status as a divorcee was a topic of controversy, especially within the traditionally Catholic and conservative circles of Spanish society. In Spain, where the royal family is often viewed as a pillar of traditional values, Letizia's past raised eyebrows. A first wedding performed in a Catholic church would require of her to request a special permission from the Vatican to marry Felipe. Luckily for her, her first marriage was only a civil ceremony, but divorce was not commonly accepted among the nobility and was even rarer in royal connections, making her future entry into the Spanish monarchy even more groundbreaking. Letizia's transition from a well-respected journalist and divorcee to a queen consort was a dramatic transformation that was met with mixed reactions. To some, she represented a breath of fresh air in the somewhat stagnant and traditional airs of the Spanish monarchy. Her contemporary approach and professionalism brought a touch of modernity that was seen as relatable and refreshing. Her background in journalism, dealing with facts and direct communication, influenced her approach to royal duties, making her seem more accessible and down to earth. However, not everyone was pleased with these changes. Some segments of Spanish society viewed her as too modern and outspoken for the conservative fabric of the royal family. Her previous career as a journalist, often requiring a confrontational and uncompromising approach to uncovering the truth, contrasted sharply with the more subdued and formal role expected of a queen consort. This divide in public opinion has contributed to ongoing controversy and debate about her role and legacy within the royal family. While some admire her for breaking the mold and bringing a new perspective to the monarchy, others remain skeptical about her influence on traditional royal protocols. Despite the debates, Letizia's journey from a journalist to royalty remains a compelling story of adaptation and resilience, showcasing her unique blend of professionalism and personal strength in facing both public admiration and scrutiny. Queen Letizia of Spain is often discussed not just for her grace and style, but also for the considerable influence she is perceived to have on King Felipe VI and the broader royal agenda. Her strong personality and contemporary views are seen by many as forces of change within the traditionally conservative Spanish monarchy. Her influence on Felipe had allegedly started before they were even married. As per Jaime Penafield's book, she put him to work while going on travels to create a longing for her and to be sure he was deeply in love before committing. When she was certain of his feelings, she came back to him and was totally manipulative. A manipulative grip some still claim she has today. It is also said she had an affair with Del Brugo, an ex-lover, for many years after her marriage to Felipe. Felipe was aware of it thanks to her bodyguard, but the royal family kept a united front. Do you think the affair was true? Regardless, her influence is seen in various facets of the monarchy's activities today. From public engagements to the causes she champions, Letizia's approach often reflects a modern sensibility that resonates with a broader segment of the public, particularly the younger generations. For instance, her focus on social issues such as health, education, and rights for the disabled highlights a shift towards more contemporary and socially relevant themes within the royal family's outreach efforts. However, these same qualities lead to debates about her fit within the royal framework. Traditionalists within Spanish society might view her strong influence on King Felipe VI and her visible role in the monarchy's modernization efforts as a departure from the subdued role historically played by consorts. They argue that her assertive demeanor and willingness to break with tradition might overshadow the more understated, stabilizing role expected of a queen. Despite these criticisms, it is evident that Letizia's influence has helped steer the Spanish monarchy towards a path that could be more aligned with modern democratic values and societal expectations. Her impact on King Felipe VI and the monarchy suggests a blend of respect for tradition with a clear nod to the future, making the royal family more accessible and relevant in today's world. This dynamic has certainly sparked discussion and sometimes controversy as society grapples with balancing respect for historical practices with the need for progress. From her humble beginnings as a journalist to becoming a key figure in the Spanish monarchy, Queen Letizia's story challenges traditional norms and inspires many. Whether you admire her for her modern approach or are intrigued by the debates one thing is clear. Queen Letizia's influence on the monarchy and Spanish society is profound. What do you think about Queen Letizia's journey? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more updates. See you in the next video.